Welcome, it's Liz. I'm glad you're here. This is the card that I'll be making with you today. Beautiful, right? Love this stamp set. All right, let me put that aside. This is the stamp set that I'll be using, Artistically Inked. And there are coordinated dies that are called artistic dies that can be purchased as a bundle or individually. And this one goes in there also. Okay. So put that aside for a minute. The ink colors that I'll be using today are Polished Pink, Pale Papaya, Just Jade, and Pear Pizzazz. Great color combination, right? Okay. Set that aside. My card base is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock cut in half. So that the base is Pale Papaya. And then I have a piece of white cardstock that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I have a piece of gold foil paper. This is a 4 by 4. Sorry, I did not write them down here. 4 by 4. The grid paper is awesome because it has all these measurements on here. You can measure right on here. Okay, so this is the gold foil paper. It's a 4 by 4 piece. And then I have a piece of, this is awesome if you have not discovered this yet. These are adhesive sheets. They come 6 by 12 inches. They're fantastic. So I just cut a piece of adhesive sheet, 3 3/3 by 3 3/4, just slightly smaller than the piece. It's going to go on the back here. Anytime that you have a die that is intricate like this, it's a little tricky to put adhesive on the back of all the little pieces. So it works much better if you take an adhesive sheet and put on the back of what you're cutting out. And then I have a piece of white paper. This is just a scrap piece that I'll be stamping the words on. So there's not really a particular size to it. Those are my words that are going to go on there. So I just grabbed a scrap piece of paper. So let's go ahead and do the die part first. Let me show you if this is new to you. So this is the gold piece. And this is my adhesive sheet. They come with, there's like pieces of paper here. Pull that off. It's sticky. Pull this off of here. And then I'm going to take that and just lay that right on the back. And press that on. All right. Pull in my cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to lay the gold piece down and put this over top. Okay. It's thick. You're going through the gold paper and the adhesive sheet. So I run it back and forth. Sorry, I got my hand in the way here. Let's see how I can. Just don't want to get my hand right in the way for you. All right. Well, you know what? It is what it is. Ooh, ah. All right. Here we go. Like I said, it is thicker than just running a piece of cardstock through. So I actually just run it through 2 or 3 times. It makes for easy punching out. All right, let's get that out of the way. Just out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to pop this out of here. Look how easy it just pops out of there. This is going to be a little bit messy. But what I do is I kind of bend it a little bit, just slightly, not a lot, but just kind of, it helps break up the pieces. Use my little scissors here and just poke and get a nail in there and pull it out. Now watch. Just going to pull out this way and you'll get a little bit of some pieces left in your die. Just grab your scissors and go through and poke those out so that you have it for next time. Yep, it's a little extra work, but you know what? It makes your creation stunning, so it's worth it. Okay, so kind of just play with this a little bit. It helps some of the pieces just fall out. Don't worry about getting every little piece out of here. Once you do that, then I just pull it over on the back, and you'll notice not all the little pieces are out, but turn it over on the back. And people say right away, well, I don't have a nail, I don't have a nail. I'm just using my finger. I'm not really even using my nail. I'm using my finger here, just pulling up lightly, and I end up with pulling off the backing. And just slowly pull that out, and you see how it actually pulls some of those cut out pieces with it, so you don't have to sit there and individually push out all those pieces. If you just pull it slowly, it pulls a lot of it right with it. Okay, and then go back and just kind of clean up a little bit some of the little pieces that are still in there. Okay, so I think we're good. So I'm going to take that and just set that aside for the moment because I'm not quite ready for it, and get rid of all this junk on here. All right. I'm going to grab the white piece of paper and my stamp. Okay, I want to use the stamp that looks like this. Okay. And let's go ahead. The two colors I'm using are Pear Pizzazz and Just Jade. So let's ink that up here. This is fantastic. This is a distINKtive stamp set. So if you haven't seen these yet, they are made to, if you look at them, there's a watercolor look. It has all that shading right in it. It's stunning. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just stamp this way. Look at the way that comes out. Right? And let's see, I'm going to turn this a little bit, maybe. No, let's leave it this way. Let's leave it like this. I want to make it a little bit more coming up the side. Okay. So that's it at the moment. Oops. I'd love to know, sorry, if you've tried the distINKtive stamps, what you think of them, if you haven't tried them, if I'm explaining this well to you, how it works. Okay, now I'm taking, this is in the Just Jade, and I'm going overlapping where they touched before, and I'm going to bring this in on the bottom. Look at that. And then what you can do, if you want to give a little more shading, I can take this, ink it, stamp off on my paper, and then just come in on some of those white sections, and you get just a little bit lighter shading in there. Okay? So let's set that aside. I'm going to wash that up, set that aside. And let's do the flowers. So I'm going to close up the Just Jade. And let's grab the polished pink and the pale papaya. They're so fun to say, right? Polished pink, pale papaya. All right. Polished pink. I'm going to take that and put that up here. And if they go over top of each other a little bit, it's fine. It's a watercolor look. So I went right over that green a little bit. And what I did is I just want to show you here. I'm looking at the die because I'm putting the die over top. And I'm looking at this die, and the larger flower is here, and then the smaller flower is a little bit down and to the right. It does not have to match up exactly, but that's the design I want to go for. So I stamped this one up here, and I want to do the other one down a little bit to match what this is going to be. So we're going to do the other flower in pale papaya right down here. Okay. I'll leave that open for the moment. All right. And then what I'm going to do is take this piece that I die cut earlier. Look at, isn't that stunning? That's just beautiful. This piece I die cut earlier, remember, it does not have to line up exactly, but I'm going to put the larger one here and the smaller one over that flower. And we're just going to press that down. And then I'll flip it over and just make sure it's all adhered. Do you see how it's so much easier with the adhesive sheets? If I tried to put like a liquid glue in all those little tiny little pieces here, it would be a sticky mess. So adhesive sheets are 10 bucks a pack, and they are so well worth it. Okay, let's flip that over and look at that. There you go. I'm going to grab this smaller piece of scratch paper, and I'm stamping that in the polished pink, straight down, straight back up. Close up that ink pad. And then I'm just going to, you can use a punch with it if you want. You can use a die with it. You could just, you know, cut a rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut. I do like this look. But this part you do, however, works for you. The trick with this to make it not look so choppy is to not ever come to the tip of your scissors. Once you come to the tip, it kind of makes it, you can tell exactly where you stopped and started. Okay, so there we go. Those are my words. I'm going to take my pale papaya base. And let's attach this on. Okay, and I'm attaching it with approximately an 1/8 inch all the way around. Pulling in my favorite dimensionals. I'm going to take this and pop that right in there. And there we go. Okay, so that's the card for today. I hope you learned something new there, and give it a try. If you haven't tried a distINKtive stamp set yet, try that. And maybe this is a new color combination for you also. Hope you enjoyed. Talk with you later. Bye-bye.